What's going on, you guys? My name is Zach Hartley and welcome back to my weekly watch list video. In this one, I'm going to be sharing with you my top 3 stocks going into the week ahead, as well as how I feel about the market conditions. So without any further ado, let's jump right in. Okay, so starting us off with the NASDAQ, that's what we're going to look at first. And as you can see, it was a fairly good week, a little bit choppy, a beautiful Thursday, a little bit of a rough Friday, but it was a nice pop-up from the lows that we saw about 2 weeks ago. So the NASDAQ did see a slight recovery, but we are definitely still in a bearish trend. Sort of the same thing with the S&P 500. A little bit of a bounce in the S&P 500, but still in a very clear bearish trend. We have not broken above our 50-day exponential moving average yet. So very clearly, we're still in the bearish direction here. It could go either way next week. With the Dow Jones, it looks like pretty much the same thing. We do have some key areas of support that we tested kind of 2 and 3 weeks ago. We'll see if those hold up. It could be a rough week ahead. It could be a beautiful recovery. Nobody really knows right now because we have a lot of different kind of market factors at play right now with inflation, with interest rates, with energy. We got a lot going on. Now, when it comes to cryptocurrency, Bitcoin is just struggling to break above $30,000. You can see we had a nice little run up and then we pulled right back this week. We're currently trading just below $30,000 as I film this video. And it looks like this 30 to 28,000 range is a very kind of key, basically consolidation level where buyers and sellers are pulling it each way and there's no clear direction as of right now. When we look at earnings this week, we've got a couple of different companies coming out. We've got Strax reporting earnings. I've covered them on this channel once or twice already. We also have Brown-Forman. This is the maker of Jack Daniels and a bunch of other alcohols. We also have NEO reporting, and we have DocuSign on Thursday. Now, when it comes to the economic conditions here in North America, the Bank of Canada just raised the interest rates again by 0.5%. We are now at 1.5%, and in my personal opinion and what I have read and what it sounds like from the regulators, we are probably going up to about 3%. I do expect this to put some downward pressure on the housing market. As interest rates rise, less people can afford nicer houses, and so they either have to downsize or they can only afford to buy lower cost houses, and so it's definitely going to put some pressure on the market. I think it's also going to leave consumers with less discretionary income. So if you're invested into stocks that require discretionary income for somebody to purchase their products, that may be something to consider, is that in a time period with very high interest rates, discretionary income is usually a little bit lower than in times with regular or with low interest rates. Now, when we look at most industries, most of them are pulling back. We can see that from the S&P 500, the Dow Jones, and the NASDAQ. We can see that all of the major industries are pulling back, but the one industry that has done extremely well recently was the energy industry. I'm talking about oil and gas in particular, and XLE here is the index for energy, and it's very clear that it is going in one direction. You can see we're up by over 100% just since September of last year. Absolutely amazing, and it's very clear direction. So if you can understand that the energy industry is doing well, you should be able to pick and choose a couple of different companies from within that industry that should be able to prosper in this time period, and that's exactly what I did. So I chose Cenovus and Suncor. Those were the 2 companies that I pointed out to you back on March 5th. That was when I posted this watch list, and I posted a YouTube video highlighting Cenovus and Suncor. And here is the chart that I used back on March 5th. You could see we had a very clear bullish direction. We have a little bit of resistance here at $20.50. And if we break through that, it would be a very positive sign. And that is exactly what happened. And here's what the chart looks like today. We had a little bit of a pullback at the end of our kind of ascending wedge right here, but we were able to break through $20.50, and now we are trading at $30.23, a gain of 48% since I pointed out this stock in that watch list just 2 months ago. And so yes, a lot of the market is selling off, a lot of different industries are selling off, but even in times like this, there's usually at least 1 or 2 industries that are going to be doing well, and that gives you an opportunity to make money buying shares. You don't have to short, you don't have to buy put options, you just have to understand which industries are doing well and which companies will do the best within that industry. Now, when it comes to stocks for this week, I only have 3 for you. It's a little bit of a shorter watch list this week, and the number 1 stock that I'm watching here is Tencent. I'm really interested in Tencent because it's got some very clear levels of support and resistance. You can see right here, we got rejected several times along this trend line, and we found support right here along $54. We then fell through all the way down to $37 before rallying back up to the same $54 price level. Ever since then, we've basically been trading in a wedge pattern that you can see right here, testing the resistance on the top side about 4 or 5 times and testing the support on the bottom side at least 4 times right here. And as you can see, we are now pushing against the resistance, and if on Monday and Tuesday this stock continues to move higher, this will be a very bullish sign and a great buying opportunity. So I am really looking forward to this one. I'm looking for the breakout of this basically wedge pattern right here, and I like Tencent because it's a profitable company that is currently down by 50%, which you don't see very often. And on top of that, we have a big catalyst behind it because China and Shanghai are starting to ease and withdraw their lockdowns, which is going to hopefully reinvigorate their economy, bring people back to work, and start to pump some of these numbers back up for some of these Chinese stocks that have just been absolutely beaten down over the last 2 years. And so personally, I think Tencent represents a great opportunity from a fundamental perspective and a technical perspective if we get this breakout on Monday, Tuesday. Now, a stock that has already seen a breakout is Drone Delivery Canada here. You can see we have been trading very, very bearishly for the last kind of few months here, and just recently on Thursday and Friday, we went from 50 cents all the way to 72 cents, 73 cents, maybe somewhere in that range. Very, very nice to see. Absolute massive movement, and we had increased volume on those 2 days, which is very nice, and we've now clearly broken out of this trend, which is a great positive buying signal. And so I like Drone Delivery Canada. I talk about them a lot. I just reviewed their last set of financials. If you want to see that video, check out my page. But this is one that I am watching very, very closely on Monday, Tuesday to see if this momentum continues, and if it does, could be a great opportunity ahead. Now, the last stock I want to share with you here is Callaway Golf. This is one of those stocks that has been beaten down a fair bit. They went from $37 all the way down to $17. But now, as you can see, we have a very, very clear line of resistance right here, and we are about to test that level of resistance. And I think that going into the summer with a giant wave of revenge travel coming in, I think that Topgolf is going to blow up. I think that travel just for golf courses is going to blow up. And I think Callaway Golf is well positioned to do extremely well financially going into the summer. So I really like the company. I think we have a very, very clear level right here that when this level gets broken, that's going to be the entry. That's going to be the buy point. That's going to be the buy signal. And we don't need to rush into it. We don't need to buy now. We don't need to get into it tomorrow. But when we see this line break, that's going to be a very, very strong signal for us from a technical perspective. Now you just need to make sure that you agree with the company from a fundamental perspective. Now, if you're interested in getting some free money here, I personally use Questrade for all of my trading, and they will give you $50 in free commissions when you use the link down below. Newton will also give you $25 in free crypto when you deposit $100 on their platform. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful sign up bonus here. And Addy is an investing platform that will give you $25 to buy a membership and invest through their platform. I currently own 6 different commercial real estate properties through Addy Invest, and it's a great platform. Now, if you're interested in learning more about the stock market, I have a completely free course that is hosted on Skillshare. Here's all the stats. I'm not going to bore you with it, but check it out. The links are down below, and I would love to share it with you. It's completely free for the first month, and I promise you it'll be well worth your time. And that is it for me. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this shorter watch list or if you like the more in-depth watch list with more and more stocks. I really appreciate you watching till the end. Please leave a comment down below. Hit that like button if you got any value out of this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Good luck trading, good luck investing, and we'll talk to you soon.